1987, one of the best years for music in music history. What I have here are just a handful of albums that were released that year. It was a big year, and kicking off our list, this is just a collection of albums that I have. All of a sudden, as I was listening to them, it hit me. These albums have just turned 30 in 2017. 1987 to 2017, that's 30 complete years. Some of these guys are now in their 60s, and they're still hitting it big with music. Kicking off, I have The Hunger by Michael Bolton. This features his hit song, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. And of course, a lot of you, if you're a Michael Bolton fan, you'll know this song, and you'll know this album. This was like one of his big hits. This was one of his first big breaks in the late 80s. And then next thing you know, the rest is just history with Michael Bolton. And he's one of my favorite singers, as you know. So this album that I have here is definitely one of my favorites of his, and it's definitely some of his best works ever. Oh, and just so you know, it says so right there. His album cover there. The Hunger. And then this one, you're a real 80s rocker, you'll know this one. Def Leppard's Hysteria. It says so right there. Hysteria by Def Leppard. Definitely a must-own album. This was also a mega tour. My mother, true fact, got to see Def Leppard live in the late 80s during the Hysteria World Tour. It was one of the best tours in music history. And I even asked I played this album once. My mom's like, hey, I remember seeing this tour live. 1988, was it? I asked. She goes, I say maybe you're right. It's definitely a must-own. I played this at least 4 times. Maybe not as much as some others, but absolutely adore Def Leppard's Hysteria. I may not have some of their other albums, but Hysteria is definitely the must-own. If you're a record collector, get that record. It's so amazing. Next we have Bad Animals by Heart. This features the song Alone, which was a huge single in 1987. I like to call it their best song ever. I love Alone, and I love this album by Heart. For some reason, I always keep getting them confused with Hurt and Heart. Hurt and Heart, So I really have to keep reminding myself it's Heart. And Bad Animals is one of my favorite albums. Well, let's just face it, these are all some of my favorite albums. What I like about this, it's good to play for dance parties. If you're having a high school dance party, definitely bring that album. Ask the DJs if you could play it, and if they are okay with it, they'll be like, sure, we can play it. And then there you are. And of course, now this one got a lot of views. And this one is Mötley Crüe's Girls, Girls, Girls. Over here we've got Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, Nikki Sixx, and Mick Mars, the bad boys of rock and roll, Mötley Crüe. Perhaps my all-time favorite album of the 1980s. I did a review about this, and for some reason, I guess a lot of Mötley Crüe fans out there adore my reaction and review for Girls, Girls, Girls. What I think people liked about it was just that it was just such one of their popular albums, and this year is the 30th anniversary for Mötley Crüe's Girls, Girls, Girls. So, that is all that I have. 1987 was the best year for music. I personally believe so. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next time, and Mr. Blue's here for you.